Hello, in this lecture I'm going to show you how to write your first program. So let's go to Windows Search and type in Eclipse. And now Eclipse will launch. You're going to get this window. I want you to type in C:\temp. In my case I'm going to use temp2. So let's go on and launch Eclipse. Here's what it looks like when it launches. If you get the window, the welcome window screen, just hit the X and it'll close. So let me walk you through creating a project. Let's say File, New, Java Project. And I want you to type in week 1 and just leave the defaults here and hit Finish. Now hit the greater than sign, and you notice you have this source here. Well, we are going to right click that and click on New and click on Class. Now we're going to create, let's just call it My First Program. Just leave the default package. So leave that blank and select to create your public static void main method stub, and select the option to generate comments and press Finish. Okay. So now you're going to see comments here, here with your name, comments here, so you can fill this in later, and then you have a to-do line, so that means, hey, you need to do something inside here. So I am going to put my comments in here, and I'm just going to say something like, my first program implements an application that simply displays constants and variables. So let's try this. All right. Clean that up a bit. Take this out. Take that out. Looks pretty good. Now I'm going to say main method. And let's start coding. Notice how I indent here. So I'm going to change this comment line and say constants, variables. And now I am going to create a constant, integer. And let's make that 1. Then I'm going to type int hours equals 40. Now I want to do something with those, and I want to say display the output. Okay, clean that up a bit. That looks good. Okay, so now we want to print this line. So let's just say Java programming is fun. Okay, now notice I have this X over here on the left-hand side. And if you hover, you're going to see we have a syntax error. So I need to complete that statement, and now it's gone. Also, you can hover here, and it says, hey, this is not used. Hey, this is not used. So I'm not finished coding, so that's okay. So let's continue on, and let's use the variables and the constant here. Okay, let's say constant, and we are going to concatenate this with int constant example, And we are going to use a new line, escape character for the new line. You remember I talked about that in the lecture earlier. Okay. Now I am going to concatenate this with int hours. I'll leave it at that. Okay, so now I have my program. I can click the run button here, and it's going to prompt me to save and launch. And you're going to see your output here in the console. Once you get this, everything's good to go. So now let's come up here. Let's break it a little bit here. Let's say system out. Let's print something that we're not supposed to do, right? So we're going to divide 40 by 0. And actually, if I just stop here, notice I have an incomplete line. I need to complete that with a semicolon. So if I try to run it, it's going to prompt me to save and launch. And then it's going to tell me that I have problems with this program. So if I say yes, you'll see the same error at the bottom in the console, and it shows you the line in error. So you could just click there. It'll take you to the line, and we can finish that out here. I'm going to show you another way to run this program. Right click, run as, Java application, and here we go. I don't want to do an update there. So now I have an arithmetic exception. It tells me it's a divide by 0, and it'll take me to the line. So let's comment that out. Just save it and run it again. And now it looks good again. Okay, so now you need to take this template and do the same thing for your homework assignment. So this is your first Java program. Now you can go in and look at some of the other examples I have on Blackboard and try to do them for yourself. And this concludes the My First Program lecture.